There's been a lot of buzz about Social Security recently and its longevity. A lot of people are concerned that Social Security might be going away soon, or that Social Security is going to run out of money, or something else along those lines, which is understandably concerning. One of our clients recently even said that they saw a TV ad about how Social Security could be going away soon. And considering that you or someone you know is on Social Security and drawing it as their main source of income, this understandably is pretty frightening. But thankfully, Social Security is not in any grave danger like some people are suggesting. So today, let's take a look at Social Security and what's happening with the program so that you know what's happening with your Social Security income and you can make the right decisions with that income. First and most importantly, Social Security is not going away in 2023. I think some of the miscommunication might have come from the debt ceiling deal that's been talked about on the news left and right for the past few months, and how the debt ceiling deal might involve a cutback or a complete removal of Social Security. But thankfully, that deal actually includes a slight increase in the average payout to Social Security recipients in 2023 to account for some of the inflation that we've seen over the last year or so. So not only is this debt ceiling deal not taking away Social Security, but you actually might see a slight increase in your Social Security payout every month. I can't guarantee it yet because the plan hasn't been fully passed, but if it does get passed, I think that's something that we should be able to expect within the next few months or over the next year. Now, there are projections that the surplus in Social Security's trust fund, which is how they disperse the money for things like disability and Social Security income, as well as other Social Security benefits, there is some suggestion that this surplus could deplete by 2034. Now, keep in mind that we're not talking about the entire trust fund going away in 2034, but just a surplus of money that they have in the trust fund. Now, again, this doesn't mean that Social Security is going to go away by 2034. What this does mean for you and I is that Social Security might not be able to pay out 100% of what it has allotted to Social Security recipients if the government does absolutely nothing about this surplus running out. Thankfully, they almost certainly will. There are two main ideas that the government has been considering to solve this deficiency. The first is changing some tax policies to divert more money into the Social Security Trust Fund. This could involve a slight tax increase on those making over $500,000 a year. It also could involve the government allotting some money from one sector of the government budget into the Social Security Trust Fund or something else along those lines. The second would be adjusting the benefit formula to reduce cost, such as slightly increasing the age of retirement, allotting some funds from a part of Social Security to a different part of Social Security, and more. But keep in mind, these two solutions that we've just talked about for the government fixing that deficit in the Social Security Trust Fund is just speculation. We don't know exactly what the government is going to do whenever that time comes around in 2034. And it's very likely that the government won't take any action regarding the surplus until we get a little bit closer to that date, because we're still 11 years out from it. So how you and I know Social Security right now is likely how it's going to stay for several years to come. So as long as you're staying informed, there's nothing to worry about. So overall, you don't have to be afraid about Social Security going away anytime soon. The debt ceiling deal that we talked about doesn't have anything in it about taking away Social Security, but it actually has a slight increase in the average payout to Social Security recipients to account for inflation. And if there is any change that we see anytime here in the future, it'll likely be when we reach that 2034 point, when the trust fund surplus is supposedly going to run out. But again, it is very, very likely that the government will do something to address that surplus to make sure that Social Security stays whole and that people aren't missing out on the funds that are allotted to them through Social Security.